Hi, and welcome to the Logix video tutorial for users and roles. In this video, we will go over how to create users and how to customize roles. Let's start by creating a new user. First, click on the Security dropdown, and then click on User. On the left-hand side, you'll see a list of teams. If your company has affiliate offices, you may want to create a new team to house those users separately. To create a new team, click on New Team. Here, you can input general information relating to your team or affiliate, input a team commission rate if applicable, and manage the team's approval status. Click OK to create your new team. You'll want to make sure that your users are always created under the correct team. To create a new user, click on the team that you are adding the user to, and then click on New User. This will bring you to a window with a number of tabs that allow you to customize your users. The General tab is where you will input basic contact information for your new user. You can also deactivate a user by clicking here if they no longer work for the company. This will prevent them from accessing the system and your client's information. The Signature tab allows you to input a custom signature for your employees here. The next tab is the Roles tab. Assigning a user to a role controls the level of access that your employee has, but we'll go over roles next. The Commissions tab is where you can input an employee commission rate if applicable so that you can easily run commission reports. The EA Attorney tab allows you to input information that can be automatically populated on any forms that these employees are included on. So if you put in the CAF number for an attorney, that CAF number will automatically get populated onto any power of attorney form that attorney is on. The next tab is for login restrictions. This allows you to specify the IP address your employees can access Logix from. So if you don't want them to be able to work from home, you can limit this to their work computers. The final tab can be used to assign the employee to a specific Logix product. Let's say your company is using Logix for both tax resolution and credit repair clients. You can assign your employees to a specific product so that they are only able to create cases and access documents or other options related to the applicable products that they should be working on. Once you've input all of your user's information, click OK to create the user. Your user will then receive a welcome email containing details on how to log in. Now that we've gone over how to create a new user, let's take a look at roles. A role dictates what type of access your employees will have in Logix. To customize or create a role, click on Security and then click on Roles. Here you will see a list of standard roles provided by Logix, and you can always create new roles by clicking on New Role here. You can disable or enable an existing role by clicking here or edit a role by clicking here. Let's take a look at the Settlement Officer Sales role. When you first click on a role, you will see the Case tab. These permissions allow you to determine what cases any employee within this role has access to and what information they can access on those cases. At the top, you'll see permissions for assignments. Assignments allows you to determine whether or not an employee can edit cases that are assigned to them or not. For sales, you will want to let them edit any cases in their name, but maybe only read cases that aren't, or maybe not even access those cases at all. Below assignments, you'll see a drop-down for permissions related to billing. Here you can determine what type of billing permissions your employees have. The billing options are all pretty much self-explanatory. The first two options allow you to customize what types of information an employee can see, whereas the bottom permissions allow you to customize the information an employee can edit. So, for example, sales might need to see what a client has been billed for and how much they have paid, but you might not want to give them the ability to post payments, change the invoice, or a number of other billing-related actions. Status allows you to determine whether or not your employees can access cases in certain statuses. You can give edit or read-only access across the board, or you can create custom permissions. For example, down here you can see the suspended status. You can customize your attorney's access to deny them access to cases that are suspended, so that way they don't waste their time on files they shouldn't be working on. You can also deny them access to prospects if your attorneys don't do any sales work. If you're looking at a sales role, you might want to deny sales staff edit access to any active clients, as the clients would have already been signed up and the salesperson would have no reason to make any changes. The final section, Other, is reserved for miscellaneous case level permissions. You'll want to go through this section carefully as it includes a number of important permissions that you may or may not want your employees to have, such as the ability to create new cases, access other teams' cases, change case assignments, or delete documents. Now let's move on to the Filters tab. The Filters tab allows you to determine if your employees can create and change case filters, if they have access to mass actions, and if they can export to Excel. Sales, for example, probably shouldn't be able to edit filters. And Actions refers to the ability to make sweeping changes to every case in a filter. For example, an employee with this permission can reassign every case in a particular filter to a different employee. You might want to limit that access to management. The same goes for exporting information to Excel. You will want to limit who can save your client's information. The next tab is the Task tab. These permissions will allow the user to access or delete tasks, or if the user is an affiliate user, give them the ability to assign tasks to main office users. The Phone tab contains a task that gives the user the ability to call the IRS. Below that is the Tools tab. These permissions relate to importing leads or viewing specific logs found within the Tools drop-down of Logix. The next tab in role customization is the Report tab. These options allow you to determine what reports your employees have access to. Sales probably needs the dashboard and other reports. You might, for example, want to give them access to any commission reports or AI reports. That's all up to you, though. Giving them access to certain reports alone will allow them to run the reports for themselves. If you would like to make it so that employees assigned to this role can run reports for other people, check this box here. The Admin tab allows you to give your employees administrative powers. These abilities should only be given to management-level employees and should only be given when absolutely necessary. Employees with these permissions will be able to access just about everything that you can. The Members tab is where you select which employees fall into this role. All you have to do is select an employee's name here, and that employee will have all of the permissions and access that go along with this role. Finally, the Description tab allows you to create a custom description of the role in order to better define the duties of your employees. Once you have the role set up the way you would like, click OK to save your selections and put your permissions into action. These are the basics of creating and customizing users and roles. As a rule of thumb, it is better to err on the side of caution when giving your employees certain permissions, and remember that you can always add more as they are needed. Thank you.